Are you ready?
Hey peeps, how's it going? Today we are back talking some more Pistons, and I have to show my belt off after I have taken down both Tom Gores and Dwayne Casey. Patricia, you're next. But that's neither here nor there. Today, we're not talking about coaching, we're not talking about ownership. We're talking about a legend, speaking probably to the best two players on the team right now, in Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin. And that legend is yet Isiah Thomas. It's kind of funny that I came up with that video talking about Isiah Thomas's draft story. Now he's starting to come out with some quotes to kind of dissect. And there's a couple of ways we can dissect this. I mean, you could take it a bunch of different ways. Pretty much to sum it up, I'm gonna put it right there on the screen so you guys can see. Always do that. You know, he's calling Derrick Rose and Blake Griffin superstars without the ego and stuff like that. Everything that they're doing on and off the court, it's a good example for the young fellas. And maybe he's just trying to, you know, keep the Pistons relevant, but I agree with him, you know. I've been saying all year that, you know, Blake Griffin didn't need to be relied on as much in the offense. He just needs to be a leader. Derrick Rose, when he came in there, didn't always have to score 20 points a game. But then he went on that stretch where he, had 12, 13 games in a row where he dropped 20, at least 20. He took games off, but he was always a leader. And that's what we need from these two players moving forward, going into the next season. You know, like the Pistons could be a playoff team next year. Back in the playoffs after half a year. It feels like 2 years with this lockout hiatus thing. Look, it's been a disappointment of a season, but Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose offer a lot to this team. Now, they might not be what they used to be, especially Blake. It happens when you get older. What, Blake's pushing, what, 33, 34? That's a lot of wear and tear on his body. But he's changing and adapting his game. His three-point shots have gone up. He's making them at a higher rate. Derrick Rose has looked phenomenal all season long. And when a legend like Isiah Thomas comes out and is telling people this is what we need, you should really listen, you know. Because if it wasn't for Isiah Thomas, we wouldn't have a culture here. And I think he's trying to help the fan base and just people outside Detroit realize that Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose are huge for this team moving forward. Because next season might be their last here in Detroit. So I kind of want to soak this in and just kind of have fun while they're still here. And maybe we'll re-sign them, I don't know. But the Pistons are on the verge of being really good, just depending on how good or bad the draft lottery wants to help or hurt us. And that's really what it's going to weigh down to. But, you know, it's just good for old-timers and veterans and leaders and legends to come out and just compliment your players. You know, it just means you're, even though this record is bad, we're going in a good direction. Going in a good direction. You have to believe it. So, I don't know. What do you guys think about the quote? Leave it down in the comments. Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose, I'm just so glad we got them here in Detroit. And I'm glad that, you know, way back in the day we drafted Isiah Thomas, because without Zeke, you know, this franchise could be something completely different and probably really bad. You know, we might be talking about them and the Lions being the worst two franchises we have ever seen. But thankfully, he brought us 2 championships, and now he's talking good about our players. So leave that down in the comments. Instagram, Twitter, DSN in the description. Come back for Saturday Above the Rim, 1 p.m. here on my channel. We got a good one for you guys. Until then, see you guys tomorrow. Peace.